I'm going to play big money on this board because I'm good at big money. And that, like... Anyway. Let's take a look at the board attacks. Nothing. Trashing develop. T-post. And pseudo-trashing with native village. I love native village. I always want to find a way to make the whole, like... put provinces on the native village mat reliably work, and it looks like you can't do it here.
You obviously want to play Overlord as Wine Merchant here, so you can never get it back.
So good. Overlord and Band of Misfits for maximum rules confusion. Wait, is that...
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I think there might have been bugs with that, right? So I think we're gonna not troll whenever I want to play Overlord as a forecast card and do Band of Misfits first, because I think
I don't know of any bug.
there was a bug a long time ago. I have no idea if it's been fixed because they don't.
Well, if there were
that.
Conspirator, I totally would do it.
What would you say? Oh, Conspirator. Okay, for sure.
Yes,
okay.
Because Overlord is an action, Band of Misfits is an action, and Conspirator.
Correct. If implemented properly. Village is walled village. Draw is diplomat. Only diplomat, so that's pretty weak. Especially given the weak thinning, and the plus buy is around. So, like, the thinning's kind of weak, the draw is kind of weak. Probably good stuff deck. Walled Village is okay for that, but meh, good stuff deck still wants to play a good amount of action cards. Band of Misfits is really great. Probably going to open Baron Silver, or do I do, like, Develop Silver? A couple different lines you can take here. Trading Post is pretty good. Makes me feel slightly better about Baron, but, like, I would really rather have a Band of Misfits in my deck than a Baron. And, like, Develop is easier to get out of the deck than Baron. Is it? No, it's not. Baron is easier to get out of the deck, and Baron's better early on. So yeah, let's do Baron Overlord. Ooh. Yeah, because of T-Post. Yeah, Baron Overlord is what we're doing here. Quist probably has a 2/5, which would be great if it weren't for Overlord. 5/2 would be bonkers.
Yeah,
sauce.
the question is if I get an Overlord or a real trading post or a fake trading post.
That's
and
tough.
I think I get a real one.
I'd probably get the real one as well. Wow, there's a lot of chat here. The idea that you play a style more often because you're better at it is way overblown. It makes no difference. Having said that, I think part of the thing is I was better at knowing the buy order and big money, which is different skill set than how to build an engine. That, like, you nailed it, Wandering Winder. Like, that's exactly the point I was going to make. T-Post and Baron anti-synergize. No, that's true. I'm hoping to, like, play Bomb or Overlord as Develop on Baron at a later point in time. That's the plan.
I think it's too early for Develop.
So I can Overlord as T-Post here. It's pretty good. I can Overlord as Baron and play off all of my debt. And then get nothing. I mean, I don't want a native village right now. I don't think I ever want a native village. So yeah, let's just T-Post. That's why I got the Overlord. It's super great. I don't pay off the debt, but there's only one. I'm likely to have a Baron with an estate next turn and have too much money anyway. So this seems pretty good. You gotta stay disciplined.
Oh, Baron seems not good. Diplomat.
Eventually he can trading post the Baron, which still feels bad. Yeah, if I couldn't, like, Bomb or Overlord as Develop, I certainly would feel a lot less good about doing this. And I think this is pretty clearly a Bomb, right? It's got to be better for my deck than Market. Yeah. Temptation to get a second Overlord there was real, but I don't think it was good. Bomb or Market?
Or Wine Merchant.
I don't think Wine Merchant's very good. Now.
But you can get it.
I can. I could get a T-Post.
Yes, you can.
I could get a Duchy. But really, those are the only options.
Curse?
Because, like, no, you have to spend all your money every turn or else you're just not playing very well. I'll get the Market. It's pretty close. I think the bigger thing is that at that point, people played big money like it was big money mirror all the time, and engines like it was an engine mirror, and I could play big money to beat an engine player who was playing it like it was still an engine, which let me win, whereas most people would play big money like it was a mirror and sputter out. I agree with you, except for the fact that you said at that point, and I still think people do that like all the time. Oh, that was an amazing draw. So we're going to Baron discard a state, and what are we going to do with this Overlord? Are we going to Diplomat it? Or are we just going to mark it? Or no, we're going to T-Post because Overlord is amazing. T-Post isn't that fantastic. Mark it. Diplomat. I don't want all this to miss a shuffle, so not Diplomat. I think it's just mark it. All right. Yeah, mark it. Mark it's fine. And for $8, Overlord or gold? It's really only those two options. I don't want to get a province just yet. Let's get the gold. It's a good card. And an Overlord?
And a native village?
I don't want a native village.
I
was just thinking about that. Necropolitive village. I was just thinking about that. Like, there was that one game where Quist was getting native villages and I didn't. And then he crushed me and he was like, it's because of the native villages. And I'm like, I don't understand it. And I still don't understand it. No, I'm not doing it. I don't want the Overlord either. Well, I have no idea what people do now, but other people figured out how to play engine against big money at least. I don't know. I'm not really following what's happening at the highest competitive level, but a lot of the people that I play, it seems to be a weakness in their game. So that's something. This band of misfits, I think. Gross. There's not really much good to do with this. I have 7 with no estates and a band of misfits. I think I'm just going to play it as Diplomat and try and Province. Feels kind of bad.
Province already.
Yeah, it's a good card. But before I left, though, there were at least some people who are good at that. Really, it's more that they were just good generally. It's true. It's a harder skill to learn, and I think. See, the thing is, like, people still rely a lot on simulation to try and like figure out what's good in their life, and that simulation lends itself to not being reactive to what your opponent's doing, right? You just think like, oh well, Jack Big Money beats Mountebank Big Money, so I'm going to play Jack Big Money because my opponent's playing Mountebank Big Money, and then they wonder why they lose. And it's like, well, I mean, you're not going to win every game, but also you could have done better. That kind of thing. Okay, am I about to get province number 3? I think I am. Well, some things have been happening. Simulations can be useful, but pretty narrow for precisely the reason you say. I wrote an article about this, which is not nearly as publicized as I believe it should be, but I'll link it in the chat real quick. It's
I don't
long.
understand how often did you trash?
I think I've T-posted once, and that's it.
Yeah,
The
how do you
draws
get
the draws
T-posted
haven't
that way?
lended themselves towards it. The draws have been kind of, hey, you can kind of hit exactly 8 with Overlord and Bomb doing what they do. It's unlikely that it's certainly not my plan, but I mean, if I'm staring at this kind of thing in my hand, I'm just gonna do it. So I'm unlikely to draw anything that's all that good. But I think I'm gonna Overlord as Diplomat anyway. I guess I could market and maybe get another bomb or something. Market's probably fine. We'll just do the market. Ooh, I have 7. I drew a gold. I think I'm just getting another gold. Yeah, that's definitely the best thing. All right. This Baron is perfect. That's true. The Baron has found an estate every single time, and I think I did trash one estate. That's pretty lucky. On the other hand, like, the Baron can collide with Overlord or Bomb and still be good because I can develop it. So, I mean, just the fact that what it collided with was the estate every time profitably, I mean, that's... oh, I can't T-post. I think I just Baron. Yeah, the bomb is Baron. Yeah, that's the best thing for this guy. And then 6. Another gold? Yeah, I think I'm getting a gold here. And before I draw my Baron from this market, and am very sad. Do you remember that Pairs Simulator tournament to find the best 2-card combo? No, but I remember some simulators like trying to compare lots of like single card or like couple. Maybe we're talking about the same thing where you take like a couple of canonical pairs and you play them all against each other and look at the win percentages, and then you average the win percentages and try and come up with some metric to determine which one is best, which is all garbage because like none of them were altered to play against any of the other ones. And oh man, that just made me so mad. I might have even linked it from the article. I don't remember. I hit 7 again. I hit 7 twice, Quist.
Yeah, that's why you didn't trash. I mean, you get 7 because you didn't trash.
I could have gotten 6 and 8.
Sure.
I know what you're saying. Like, this is going to happen sometimes. Getting another gold right now feels kind of bad, but I should probably do it anyway, right? That I'm not going to be intimidated by Quist's very good turn. You picked up from your native village, Matt, right? To do that? You did.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe Overlord, but man, this next turn, if I hit 7 when I could have hit 8, I'm going to be real sad. No, that's unlikely. Is it? What am I doing with my life? I'm getting a gold. I think I can province next turn. There's Baron and Estate in there and a whole bunch of, like, Overlord business. Yeah, we're fine. I should have gotten the Overlord, I guess. I don't know. Gold might be
best
better.
play, Overlord as native village, right?
Obviously. Oh, that's pretty decent. Look at that synergy. It was which bot won the most matchups head-to-head. You can only use the basic cards plus 2 kingdom cards. Okay, this is a different thing. I won that with an Ironworks Silk Road bot with like 400 different gain rules, which won every matchup except one. The matchup it lost, it would have easily won in a real game because it would have easily piled out by taking the last Fool's Gold from the Fool's Gold player. Yeah, because like you can make a reactive bot that's going to beat the pants off of like a bunch of other bots. Hey, you got Province Duchy, and now this is actually PPR?
Yes.
PPR happens so infrequently. How do I just got a bunch of golds. So I'm definitely getting a Duchy. Do I get an estate with it? I went second. I really don't like shuffling that estate, and it feels so bad. Should probably just do it anyway, right? What do you have? You have a wine merchant on your tavern, Matt.
And 2 cards on my necropolative village mat.
Well, it's no longer a necropolative village because you have 2 cards on the mat. I love just like making up random definitions for stuff. Let's get a silver. Oh, there's a lovely person in the chat that said hi. Hello. I guess, type it instead of saying it. Any chance some combination of Native Village and Diplomat would work here to draw a deck? Probably too slow to set up. I mean, you can draw your deck with Native Village given enough time. You don't need any help. Problem is you can't control like what goes onto your mat. I mean, the only way to do that is develop, and it's hard to put bad things on your mat.
4, 6, 8. 4, 6, 8, 11. I could get a little bit risky here. No, I can't. That's stupid. No. Four, 6, 10, 13.
I mean, you can definitely draw your deck here. I mean, develop for thinning. You can increase your hand size. You can do it. You know, the components are around, but like there's no way to catch up to an opponent who gets a point lead. There's no attack to slow them down. It's kind of hard to catch up because like now you're getting a bunch of duchies, and the problem with the deck was draw anyway. Big money enablers are decently strong here. You had 13, and you got 2 duchies because you can discard 2 wine merchants. I would have pretty strongly considered province duchy there, and then just aim to discard this turn. I don't know. Maybe you know something about those 5 cards that I don't. Anyway, we're not going to overlord as wine merchant to get a province, which we could have done. Instead, well, we could make a PPR play. I can overlord as develop this Baron and get a silver. I should probably do that. But then I only have 4, so maybe not. Getting a duchy here. Getting a duchy here isn't very good. I don't have like many PPR plays I can make. I think I should just overlord as wine merchant and get the province anyway. Just know that I will never see the overlord again. Yeah, that's the main way I can win from here.
And I have a terrible hand. Maybe my diplomat draws me something good. Yeah, of course it's 7. Is it even worth it to get a duchy here? Not really, right? Unless you get double duchy or something. I don't think it's worth it.
Could get like wine merchant or gold, I guess. Yeah.
could have got Overlord, but
Gold or Wine Merchant's probably... Wine Merchant's probably better than Overlord. Just trying to think of what you play Overlord as other than Wine Merchant. Since you already have, what, 2 Overlords in your deck?
I don't have a lot of villages. I could, if I need a village, play Overlord as a village or a native village or something. And if not, can play it as Wine Merchant. It's just the backup that I don't stall. I don't care. If I
So,
lose, so I'm doing that.
Yitzhak Lerner says, feels bad, man, but hey, it won the game. I don't know, it didn't feel bad to me. I mean, that's somewhat results-oriented, but, like, one of the reasons Overlord is good there is because you have that opportunity, and I'm definitely never seeing that Overlord again in any game that I win, so play towards my outs there.
Yeah, I should have probably province Duchy. I didn't think I would stall, but I guess I did stall.
I think... Well, of course you can always stall. I mean,
Yeah,
thinning coppers is... I don't think you did that. I don't know how much you trashed that game. Anyway, attacks, nothing. Trashing. Trade route. Forge.